What is happening, everybody? Jason Schapper here. A little different background, huh, Bruno? Huh, Jason Oswald? A little bit different. I'll explain more as to why here in just a bit. So excited to be with you all. We're going to be announcing the winners tonight of the DJI Avata drone. I know the winners. I already have them ready. I'm excited about it. I hope you all are excited as well. Great to see you all. Let's show the chat here to see what's happening. Put some comments in there. Hey, Victoria. Jason Oswald, what time is it there? What time is there? Bruno says relocated because of the storm. Well, that's part of it. That's part of it. We'll explain more in a bit. Hey, Ethan, good to see you on here as well. Matt Harrison, as always, good to see you. Patrick, good to see you. Some just say Facebook user, but I'm waving back at you. What's happening, Hugh? Jonathan Vargas, good to see you all on here as well. Holly, as always, fantastic to see you. Hey, Stephen. Anyways, if you are wondering why I have this gorgeous palm tree in the background, why the audio probably isn't as always as good as it normally is, and everything else, and why am I just on the webcam here, not in the big fancy M0A studio. Well, those of you that know, Magda and I are very, very blessed to be able to invest in a little business called Rex Air down in Naples. And we have a little house down there in Naples as well. And we had a great idea that, hey, we're gonna be down in Naples to help with Rex Air and ride out the storm and everything else. And we ended up with 4 feet of water in our house. So my past 8 days, do my eyes look red? Are they like the color of my shirt? It's been a long week for sure. The past 8 days has been cutting drywall and bleaching studs, and I know a lot about preventing mold now, and I know a lot about drywall if anybody needs any help with anything. So that happened. We do have power. We were able to band-aid the AC along, at least for a little bit, but we're going to need a new one. We just got hot water, but we don't have internet yet. So I'm very thankful to my friend Mark, who has a real estate brokerage company up here, letting me use his office at 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. That's a good friend as well, because we had to find some internet. Those of you who have ever battled a flood like that, or really any disaster like that, my heart goes out to you. It was literally, it felt like the kind of things you only see on TV. I don't know how to explain it. And I want to share one thing real quick before I dive into it. Hey, Garrett, very cool. Good to see you, by the way. There's my lovely wife, Magda. Hi, sweetie. This is going to sound so crazy, but if you've been through something like that, perhaps you can relate to it. Being a pilot, whether it's a remote pilot, manned pilot, it doesn't matter. I feel that, like, the crew resource management we talk about so much, like divvying up the tasks, and as pilots, y'all think I'm just training you to learn about airspace and learn how to read METARs and stuff. Some of you may think that on the surface, but at the end of the day, I'm teaching you how to be a safe, real-world pilot. And real-world pilots are leaders. In a time of crisis, whether it's in the airplane, whether it's a flyaway with your drone, whether it's a flood in your home, it doesn't matter. You have to step up and take charge. And I'll tell you, between my wife Magda and I, we've already got all our insurance stuff done. We're the only one in the neighborhood hanging drywall already. We're days ahead of people because we're proactive, because we took charge. And the same is so true in aviation, that yes, the world can be crumbling around you. Yes, these things can happen, but sometimes you just have to step up and take charge. Think back, and I promise I'm gonna get to the giveaway here in just a bit. Think back to the miracle on the Hudson River as we know it, Captain Sullenberger, a man of very few words when he was talking to air traffic control, but a man who was committed, that he knew he wasn't going to make it to LaGuardia. He wasn't going to make it to Teterboro. He said to Patrick Harton, the New York controller there, we're going in the Hudson. 3 times he said to him, we're going in the Hudson. He was committed to the plan. Did you know this, by the way? from following his, if he would have followed his checklist, item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down the line, I want to say it was item 12 or 13, was to flip on the APU switch, which is the auxiliary power unit, essentially, the smaller engine. If he wouldn't have done that, these big hydraulic controls would become almost unmanageable. It was number 12 or 13 down the checklist, but he knew that, hey, if I'm going to maintain power of this, he had to go beyond the book, beyond the checklist, everything else. And sometimes, well, that's just what you need to do. So anyways, fantastic to see you all. Mickey, you're exactly right. Preparation is paramount with this. Preparation is the thing the average pilot does very little of, but the master pilot does each and every time. There's a reason our latest book is called Aviation Mastery, because we are in the business of pursuing mastery. Someone doesn't earn their black belt and just say, okay, I'm canceling my membership. It's been great to hang out at your dojo here. I'm a black belt. I'm done. Do you know any black belts that do that? No, someone becomes a black belt and they continue, right? They continue to perfect their craft. They get to a level where they can teach their craft. And that's the level of piloting I'm asking you all to achieve. Not just passing a written test or passing a check ride, but going above and beyond in everything we do. So anyways, let me give a few little shout outs here. Then we're going to give this guy away. If you didn't get a chance to enter the contest, I am sorry, the contest is already closed, but you're certainly welcome to hang out and celebrate with everybody that's here. So this is the new DJI Avata with the new DJI goggles. Comes with the motion controller as well, which I'll tell you is a little it's a little crazy to fly with a motion controller. Any Cirrus pilots out there, type in me in the chat. Cirrus pilots, you'll be a professional DJI Avata flyer. It's just like flying a Cirrus. It's taking some getting used to. However, I will tell you, and with Magda as my witness, this thing is like built Ford tough. I've crashed it quite a few times. One of the times in the house, trying to go up the stairs. It's a challenging angle to fly up the stairs. You don't realize all these things, but yeah. Night Tramp B said no watches. This is the first time I put a button-down shirt on in 8 days. Other than that, it's been, swim trunks and flip-flops, squeegeeing mud out of our house. So I feel dressed up, despite missing 2 watches. I apologize. This is dressed up for Jason lately and everything else, but it's been good. But yeah, this thing is very, very. This is Jason Shapert crash worthy approved. So it is. It's built Ford tough. Is that still something Ford says? I don't know. But when I was a kid, that used to be their thing. Hey, Lori Davidson, good to see you on here as well. Night Train FB, thank you for that as well. But yeah, the contest closed a few days ago. This is just a live stream to announce it. So here's what's going to happen. I've got 3 big prizes. Matt Harrison says, I hope someone got a screenshot of no watches. There you go. That was good. That was good. Kristen Betts, good to see you. All right, so our second prize winner, which I know who it is. Second prize winner is going to win a lifetime membership to Remote Pilot 101. Where are my Remote Pilot 101 graduates out there? Type in me in the chat as well. Our first prize is going to win Remote Pilot 101 plus 3 months of our gold membership out there as well. So very, very cool with that. And the grand prize, of course, is the DJI Avata drone. And then a lifetime access to Remote Pilot 101. Look at all those me's. Look at all those graduates out there. I absolutely love it. Patrick, thank you. Said you're the only reason I passed. Well, I appreciate that. Well, hey, Remote Pilot 101 graduates, let me share something with you that I want to get into all of this. 2 things I want to share. First off, there is something on the horizon. It is the very, very distant horizon. It is so far out there, I don't need you to sweat it right now, but I want to plant the seed in your mind because seeds grow into big things, right? So for now, this is just a seed. There is, just like Justin Doty put in there is something on the way, way out horizon that is probably going to be called Part 108. All right? Part 108. They could totally change the name. In the Federal Register, Part 108 is reserved, though. I'm not good at counting, but 107, 108 comes next. So I would assume that's what the Code of Federal Regulations they're going to use. That is reserved for the FAA. I assume they're going to use it eventually. I assume they're going to use it for something called shielded operations, is how the proposal reads right now. Shielded operations. What does shielded operations mean? Okay, think of it this way, and then I promise, we'll get to this giveaway. We'll talk some manned aviation stuff as well. Okay, let's say I've got here's my phone, right? And I've got these are trees, right? But I am in the middle of some busy Class Bravo airspace. Class Bravo airspace says, well, I can't even take off with my drone here because right? I'm in Bravo airspace at the surface. However, there's trees here. If a manned aircraft is flying, this is only the props I have. I can't find, we lost so much stuff. I can't even find anything anymore. We did not lose the 2D Mike Zoom model, though. I saved that. Don't worry. If an airplane's flying this close to the trees, it has way worse problems, right? Shielded operations say, hey, it doesn't matter what the airspace is. Short of like restricted, prohibited stuff, that's another story. But say Class Bravo airspace, I can fly around underneath these trees in this park. Or if this is a bunch of buildings, I can fly through downtown, even though it's busy airspace, as long as I stay beneath the buildings. It's a shielded operation. Don't fly over the buildings. If airplanes are buzzing around down there, they have way worse issues. Why shielded operations? Let me tell you why. Before you get all excited and go, they're doing this for us, it's awesome, and they are, and shielded operations is going to be great. Can I tell you the real reason? Shielded operations is another effort to enable drone delivery. And I personally am a big fan of drone delivery. I know Ken Heron says that tube socks will never get delivered via a drone. And let me tell you something. I think we all just partner up and start dropping tube socks on Ken Heron's house. That's my idea I'm thinking about. Who's in with me on that idea? I think drone delivery very much will be a real thing in the future. They've already done it on a very, very limited scale. One of our team members got a voicemail today from Florida Power and Light saying they're using drones to inspect the power lines right now from the hurricane. It's just some really, really cool stuff that's happening here. So I do believe, unlike my cohort, Ken Heron, I do believe drone delivery will become a very real thing. Will Amazon pioneer it? I don't know. Didn't Amazon just tap the brakes on their drone projects, I think? I don't know who's going to pioneer it, but somebody will. So there's something called Part 108. The other thing I want to share is drone pilots. I know you know this, but if you ever, if you are flying a drone and have just the tiniest hint of wanting to get into manned aviation, you are just a heartbeat away. Myself, my wife, and the M08 team just rewrote the book, The Private Pilot Blueprint. You can go grab a copy at privatepilotblueprint.com. This goes for anybody getting into manned aviation. It's everything I wish someone would have told me before I started my flight training, how to save time and money in the whole process, what airplane to fly, what's a solo, what's a check ride, just how to really get into manned aviation. It's available to you right through there. You can check that out as well. So some cool stuff with that. Hey, let's give the second prize away. The second prize is a lifetime membership to Remote Pilot 101. There'll be a second prize, a first prize, then the grand prize, right? The second prize, which is a lifetime membership to Remote Pilot 101. I don't have any of my sound effects. So that's my drum roll. I told you we lost a lot of stuff in this flood. I lost my drum and everything. Goes to, here it is, James Gula. James Gula, congratulations, my friend. The team will be reaching out to you. You don't have to be live present, but if you're here, James, we'll say hey to you. Congratulations to you, James. The team will be reaching out to you to get that redeemed for you as well, but get you started on your Part 107 journey. So congratulations to you, James. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you to the Facebook user who put the drum emoji. That was very needed. My rhythm's been off lately. It's been a lot of work lately. Not M0A work. It's been a lot of, I'm telling you, I feel like I could flip a whole house now. I basically am flipping a whole house, it seems like. So anyways, where'd Timothy Meadows' comment go? I missed it. Talking about being too old to fly. You're never too old to start flying. That is exactly right. Whether it's remote pilot, whether it's manned aviation, it doesn't matter, my friend. You can get into that. Kurt Coleman, great comment here. So I think they will need battery technology to advance before delivery from quadcopters. It's being used successfully for fixed wing, though. I think you're totally right, Kurt. It's gonna take some time, isn't it? It's gonna take a little bit of time. But congratulations, Brad Alston. Good to see you on here as well. Stephen, work on getting your FAA medical clearance, my friend. If I can give you any advice on that, keep fighting the good fight. Where are my manned pilots who had to fight the good fight on their FAA medical? Can we all rally around Stephen and type in me in the chat real quick? Because Stephen, I promise you, you are not alone, my friend. I know many people, and I know many people I won't call their names out here on the chat. I'll let them do that themselves. Had to fight what I call it fighting the good fight. You will fight with the FAA, but it will be worth it, my friend. It will be worth it. So continue to do that. It could be something silly. It could be something serious. I had a very, very good friend of mine, insulin dependent diabetic, and we were able to get him a medical when everybody said we couldn't. If you're willing to document, if you're willing to go to the doctors and everything else, keep fighting the good fight. So yes, that is my advice. Please don't give up on a dream. I mean, I know the definition of insanity and all that stuff, but if you have a dream to become a pilot, there's so many options in manned aviation, if not in sport aviation, if not in ultralight aviation, and if not in remote aviation. Like, you will become a pilot somehow. And let me tell you something. I get mad when people tell remote pilots they are not pilots. Let me tell you, on their certificate, it says pilots. Where are my remote pilots at? You know you're pilots because you know how difficult that silly test was. And it's not silly by any means. So I will always stick up for my remote pilots out there, because y'all went through a lot to pass that Part 107 test. That is not an easy test by any means. So congratulations to you all with that. Hey, let's give away our first prize now. First prize now is going to be a lifetime membership to Remote Pilot 101. And then also our manned aviation product. It's subscription based. So we're going to give 3 months of what we call our gold membership. Our gold members get access to myself every single week. Where's my webinar crew? Every Tuesday from 2 to about 3:30, I do a webinar and just teach on various aviation topics, from just getting started to really nerdy advanced navigation techniques and everything else, that real world applicability of things. You get access to all our courses in there as well. If you want to see it, if you don't win, you're always welcome to check it out at m0atrial.com as well. m0atrial.com. You can check that out as well. All right, here comes. Thank you, Bruno, for the drum roll. That was my drum roll. Let me take this slide off here. Okay. All right, here we go. Our first prize winner is Ray Merritt. Ray Merritt, there's your golf clap, my friend. Is it a PGA golf clap or an LIV golf clap? Is that too soon? Remote Pilot 101 lifetime membership plus 3 months of gold, my friend. Congratulations to you, Ray, if you are out here. Ray, the team will be reaching out to you, but as pilots, we should be proactive with things too. I hope you'll reach out as well to the team. Support at m0a.com. You can reach out with that. Samuel, you said your question was never answered. Well, Samuel, I promise you I was not ignoring you. I just know a million comments are coming in here. So Samuel, you said copy paste that comment again, and I will get you covered, my friend, with that. I'm not ignoring anybody. You can see it's all flying through so quick. Italian Mark, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. I know some of you are going to be wondering, like, who's been wondering secretly, but didn't want to ask, when is In-Flight Coffee coming back? Anybody been wondering, when is In-Flight Coffee coming back? In-Flight Coffee is coming back very, very soon, sooner than you probably think. So the team and I are starting to prepare that and map out what some of that content looks like as well. So really looking forward to that. So yes, In-Flight Coffee will be coming back. Timothy Meadows said, how about as our home hit 4 feet of water? Rex Air had about 8 inches of water in the lobbies. But listen to this, all airplanes, 2 thumbs up. So just got up on the tires a little bit. A few of them will need like some bearings repacked, but nothing major with that. So all airplanes okay. Cirruses, Cessnas, 23 Mike Zulu, all the above is A-okay. I'm actually going to fly 23 Mike Zulu. I'm going to fly it down to Naples. I'm in Naples now. I'm gonna fly up and then fly it back here in a bit to get it down here as we dive into a radio communication series next time around. So yes, in-flight coffee's coming back. Airplanes are good. 4 feet of water in the house. You know what? And you know what? I appreciate everybody, kind of sharing, just reaching out with so much help and everything else. But we've done. I'll tell you, my wife is a rock for just being so awesome through this whole process. When you lose your entire first floor, I mean everything. We don't have the news yet because we don't have internet, but I don't know what they're showing you on the news. But all I can say is it's probably true. I mean, and we're not as bad as Fort Myers. It's like a war zone down in Naples. I can only imagine what it looks like. It looks like World War II probably up in Fort Myers. I can't even imagine. I might go fly to Mike Zulu on Sunday. They lifted the TFR and just go do some scope and stuff out. We are fine. It is just material stuff. And I'll tell you what, the insurance companies and adjusters and stuff have actually been so pleasant to deal with and just really, really good people. So that is all good. And I don't wish a natural disaster like that upon anybody, not even your worst enemy. It is not fun. But let me tell you something, we are blessed. And I believe we will be come out even stronger. And you've heard me say this before, in every adversity, there's a seed of a greater advantage. Now, I'm relating that to a flood. That could be related to a failed test, a failed check ride, a bad landing, financial difficulty. It could be any number of these things. But in every adversity, there's a seed of a greater advantage. But a seed is just a seed, right? If you go to Lowe's and you buy sunflower seeds, well, they do no good unless you put them in the soil, you water them, you give them light, you allow them to germinate. In every adversity, there's a seed of a greater advantage. But with a seed, you must do something, right? You must germinate that seed. You must love on that seed. You must pour water and sun and fertilizer and everything else into that. So let me tell you something. There's seeds out there for everybody in every adversity you have faced or every adversity you're going through right now. And I would just challenge you to change your perspective and start asking, where's the opportunity in this situation? You failed your check ride. That stinks. But where's the opportunity in this situation? You busted your test. You crashed your drone. Where is the opportunity? And this situation totally stinks, but where's the opportunity in it? That's what I would challenge you to look at. So anyways, let's get to it here. Then I'll open it up for some questions. Let's do our grand prize giveaway. So this individual is going to get lifetime access to Remote Pilot 101. If they don't already have it, and they're going to win the DJI Avata with the new DJI goggles, which are actually awesome, by the way. Can you see like the antennas? There we go. The antennas are actually on there already. Thank you, DJI, because I always forget to screw them in. They're like, why am I losing signal? The motion controller over here, it's a little strange. The motion controller is a little tricky. Anybody fly with motion controller? I haven't hooked up my regular FPV controller. I should probably do that here. The motion controller is a little strange. It just takes some getting you fly like that. It's just different. I don't know how to explain it. I know some people have said some things about this drone on the internet. It's a cool little drone. Is it a little expensive? Yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's DJI, right? Is an Apple iPhone a little expensive? Yeah, but for some reason I keep buying them. I don't know what it is, right? Yes, it's a little expensive, but let me tell you something. They've really got it down. This is something you're going to want to play with. They have a great simulator. It's getting better. It crashes a few times, but they have a great app where you can do the simulator and fly it. That's how I have the kids flying. The kids want to fly it, but I have the kids flying on the sim right now because it's much cheaper to crash on the sim. And I airplay it to the TV, and they think it's the coolest thing ever, watching all that. So, anyways, let's see. Carlos, I like that. I like that positivism. All right, Bruno said it's drum roll time, guys. Bruno's my producer. Bruno said it's drum roll time. There's the drum roll time. All right, our grand prize winner. Congratulations to the one, the only. Here it comes. Jesse Davis. Jesse Davis, congratulations, my friend. You are the winner of a brand new DJI Avata drone plus a Remote Pilot 101 lifetime membership in there as well. Jesse Davis, let me tell you something. We haven't gotten mail in like 8 days. So I don't know when the post office and UPS, like not even Amazon's made it down here yet. So give us some time to ship this out, please. I will do my best. Maybe when I'm up in Ocala, I'll ship it. So it's faster. I'm not sure. But congratulations to you, Jesse Davis. Please just know that it could take a few weeks. Literally, you know it's a natural disaster when even Amazon hasn't delivered down here yet. So it's getting a little crazy. So congratulations again, our winners. Second prize, James Gula. First prize, Ray Merritt. And grand prize, Jesse Davis. Congratulations to you all. Hey, I know it's late, but I want to stick around a little bit. I know Samuel and some others had some questions. If you all want to chat about anything from just getting started in aviation, to buying an airplane, to whatever that may be, I'm happy to chat about any of it. Marilyn, you got Amazon dumbbells today? Man, that moving on up. All right, if Amazon's in the zip code, I'm happy. I'm going to start placing some orders then here. So that's good stuff here. Let's see. Cap, MA Logs, are we doing ground school tonight? Man, you tell me a topic you need a little bit of help with, and I will give you some ground school tonight, my friend. You tell me what's a question you have, and I will do some teaching for you, whatever you all need. I am here for you. Ethan Bennett said, what's a common air-to-air frequency in Central Florida? Been curious of this recently. Mostly we use what everybody calls fingers. Are you familiar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now y'all know. If somebody ever says, what frequency are you on? They go, I'm on fingers. I'm like, what what's wrong with you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the frequency. Now you know, cool pilot trick, right? If you ever want a good air-to-air frequency. When I did some of those air-to-air shoots, that's what we were on as well. Jamie Beckett said 122.75. I'm missing fingers, but that is a good one as well. So that's it. Jamie Beckett I want everybody to know, world famous Jamie Beckett actually helped me personally deliver drywall today. I was proactive with drywall. On Thursday after the storm, I was at Home Depot driving through mud and everything else and bought a whole pallet of drywall. So I was able to sell drywall on the black market back to Rexair. So it was all good. It was all good. It was all good. James Fellows, thank you for that as well. Oh, Joe, hold on. I got to do Joe's last name. You ready, Joe? Joe Pascalacqua. Pascalacqua. How do I do, Joe? This is my friend Joe. Joe asked, hold on. There's so many comments coming in here. Hold on. Let me go find Joe again. Joe asked, can you explain? Hold on. Where'd Joe go? Give me a second. Joe said, can you explain the relationship between maneuvering speed and weight? It's very difficult for me. Okay, you ready for this? Think about it, Joe, in relation to turbulence. Now, I'd imagine Joe with a last name, like, look at this last name. You ready? I'm only picking on Joe because I like Joe. I imagine Joe with a last name like Pascalacqua, right? How'd I do, Joe? Is that pretty close? Joe doesn't miss a day at the gym. All right. Joe is a big, strong. Can you all picture Joe? Joe is a big, strong guy. And then you've got little tiny Jason, just a little string bean over here, 6'4", right? Skeleton, basically. All right. Joe, think of it this way. If somebody goes to tackle you, Joe, right? And they hit you and they kind of barely move. If that same person goes to tackle me with the exact same force, they're going to push me out of the way, right? Same amount of force applied. Think of it like turbulence. Light turbulence for a 737 may be extreme turbulence, Joe, for your 172. So how does maneuvering speed change with weight? The heavier the aircraft, Big Strong Joe, the more bumps and turbulence and everything else it can take. Heavier aircraft, higher maneuvering speed. Versus off, if you're a little string bean and anything's going to push you out of the way, you've got to go through that same turbulence much slower. Does that make sense, Joe? Does that help? I hope that helps, my friend, as well. Samuel, I see your question now. Do I offer drone training or offer training in drone piloting? No, I just do the Part 107 test prep. I don't do, Sam, any actual, like how to actually fly. So I apologize for that, but great question. All right, Nathan White. Did that click for anybody? The big strong person, the little skinny person example. Think of it like turbulence and pushing you out of the way. That's why the heavier the airplane, the higher the maneuvering speed. It's all about how much we can push around. All right, let's go find some more. What's the best way? Hold on, let me go find this one so everybody can see it here. Y'all are talking way too fast. Nathan, here it comes. What's a way that I can get better at being able to pick up everything ATC says? I don't have the best pilot ears. Well, let me tell you something, Nathan White. I'm gonna rebuke that last statement that you don't have the best pilot ears. I think you have great pilot ears to start. I'm weird about words. I believe you manifest the things you say, right? So I think you have great pilot ears. I think you need to learn what you are listening for. Hey, Lance Brown, I think you need to learn what you are listening for. I'm always asking myself, what's next? What's next in the airplane? What's ATC going to say to me next? I'm always working to think ahead. If I've been with a controller for a long time, I'm thinking, you know what? They're probably going to pass me off here pretty soon. I'm getting ready for that. If I'm on an instrument approach and I'm 5 miles from the final approach fix, I'm expecting a radio call here really quickly. Now, there's other tools to help you tune these pilot ears that you're calling, Nathan. Things like liveatc.net, amazing resource. Go get your local area and just pretend to be one of those airplanes. Cessna 1234, you just heard it on the radio, listen to it. Answer, key the mic, these ears into whenever you hear Cessna 1234. You've got to, repetition is the mother of skill. You've got to keep doing it. Listening to liveatc.net, they have a great app. It's 99 cents, just get it. Just listen to that sort of stuff. If you're into simulation, Pilot Edge is phenomenal. These are sort of things you could be doing to really go above and beyond in your training as well. And if you're really struggling with it, you picked a great month because all this month of October, all our YouTube series on M0A is going to be radio communications driven. In fact, the first video, spoiler alert, is getting flight following on the ground. And I'll take you on the ground to tower all the way to departure with that. And also, Nathan, check out the ground school, m0atrial.com. Hop in the radio communications labs in there, and everything else will help you a ton if you want to check out the ground school. You still don't think of our ground school as just like written test prep or just check ride prep. It's so much more than that with my ground school members as a witness to that. It's so much more than just written test prep and check ride prep. So m0atrial.com for that. All right. Finding some more here. Mike Maloney, I do have podcasts. Only a private pilot podcast came out this month, and then the storm happened. I haven't had power. I haven't had internet in 8 days. This is I'm at a buddy's office right now. For those that missed that part, with that. So that is that situation right now, my friend. So I'll get back to recording those as soon as we get back to it. Probably diving into radio communications as a topic. But Nathan, I hope that helps you a ton. Yancey asked, what's the latest on remote ID for manufacturers? The date came, the date went, and Skydio is the only one who was really ready for it. Did you see that? So congrats to Skydio for being on top of that. While that date came and went, it's not. How are they going to enforce that right now? Everybody's scrambling to get it. I think they're so behind. I would not be surprised, Yancey, if they didn't push that date back a little bit. They still have a year to kind of really get things out because that's when it's required for us as well. So just be mindful of that. Hey, Vicky Mackey, good to see you on here as well. Let's go find some more comments here. Timothy Lewis asked, what's the status of the Cub? The Cub survived the storm. I had one really, really serious buyer that backed out. I won't share any more details than that in case they're watching. They're great, great people. I don't think it worked out for them. So the Cub is still for sale. If anybody is still interested, just reach out to the support team if you're that interested. I'll probably put it back online here once I get internet and everything else. Did amazing through the storm and everything else though. So all good with that. Tim Meadows built one that runs on generator power. I like that. I like that, Tim Meadows. All right. Oh, Bradley's there. Bradley, how are the twins doing? How are the twins doing? Eric Deagle said that's a sign I need to keep the Cub. It could be. It could be. Marilyn said, if you haven't sold the Cub, how about using it for tailwheel training at APF? I mean, they do have a grass runway, Maryland. I mean, it only makes sense. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Right? We'll see what happens there. So, all right. Other questions, other comments. Again, y'all want a ground school lesson, you just ask the questions, and I'll do my best to deliver a ground school lesson. So let me get a sip of water real quick. Steve said, what's the communication app I mentioned? liveatc.net. Let's see. Samuel said, I want to do my private pilot training with the M0 Nation. Thank you for that, Samuel. Do you offer remote training? You're from Ghana? Awesome, my friend. What time is it in Ghana, Sam? Sam, yes. And here's where I want you to start, Sam. I want you to just do a trial. And this goes for anybody. Before you spend any money with us, make sure you love my teaching style. I know I talk fast. I know I'm verbose, but I also know we put out an amazing product. I also know our private pilot course is almost 29 hours long, and I won't compare that to competitors, but it's more. I'll just say that. Make sure you love my teaching style and everything else before you spend any money with us, Samuel, and anybody. m0atrial.com. Get in there. That'll get you on those Tuesday webinars I talked about and everything else. So check that out first. I like Camille's question. Hold on. Let me get it so I can show it to everybody real quick. Where'd you go? There you are. You ready? Any tip to better trim the plane? Excellent, excellent question. Okay, you ready for this? People mistakenly chase the trim. And I apologize, I don't have any airplanes with me, right? They chase the trim, trying to level the airplane off. We're going to change all that tonight, though, Camille. You ready? You trim for an airspeed. What holds my airspeed is a constant attitude, all right? You trim for an airspeed. Let me give it to you this way. If I trim for, Jason Oswald said use the autopilot. I mean, that does help. Camille, if I trim for an airspeed, and I am perfectly trimmed right now, and all of a sudden I speed up, right? I'm going to, depend on which way, if I speed up, I'm going to be out of trim. I'm trimming for an airspeed. So anytime you are going to change airspeed, you're going to need to change your trim as well. Now you can change airspeed through power. You can change airspeed through pitch. Pitch is the most common. I pitch for airspeed. I power for altitude. So here's what I want you to do, Camille. I want you to put the airplane level, and I want you to hold it level. And then I want you to lose the death grip, because I can already tell you have a death grip, right? No death grips allowed. Lose the death grip. I want you to hold it there with 2 fingers. And then I want you to, and keep messing with the trim. Don't touch the throttle. Just get it on that horizon level. And then I want you where you can fly like this. Have you ever seen those steep turn videos where I go like this and say, look, I'm doing a steep turn? That's not to show off by any means. That's to show you the power of trim and trimming for that proper airspeed. And in that case, adjusting for the horizontal and vertical components of lift. I want you to get where you can fly it. It'll fly hands-free. The airplane wants to fly level. It has dynamic and static stability for that matter. It wants to fly nice and level. So get it where it's that way, nice and level there, okay? And then you can work to make adjustments. If you want to climb, it'll need a little more. You change your airspeed. Remember, you're trimming for an airspeed. People think, oh, I trim once and I'm done the rest of the flight. No, your airspeed's constantly changing. So just work towards that. That'll help you a lot. Holly, Holly said use the pencil trick. Holly, what is the pencil trick? Is that where you hold a pencil between your fingers so you're not death gripping? Is that what that was for? Is that right? Let's see. Looking at some more here. Eric Deagle said, took my nephew on his first flight today. He had a death grip at first. Oh, I lost your comment, Eric. Had a death grip at first. Where is he? There it is. At first, got him flying with 2 fingers by the end of the hour. I'm telling you, death grips. People are going to like break my yoke off in their hand. That's got to be expensive. So anyways, let's look at this one here. Who's this? D Lund 987 tree. If you're a real pilot, you'd say tree. Any tree people out there? Fife people? Any of those out there? My last medical cert was 2005, expired 1107. Last biannual was 507. I've not flown since. How hard will it be to get my medical again? Well, my friend, while I don't know your immediate medical history or medical needs, or what's happening, here is my advice, and I gave this a few months ago. If anybody out there, hey Thomas, if anybody out there believes that they're like 50-50 on passing a medical, here's what you do. You call up your aviation medical examiner. They're a normal doctor, by the way. They have to be at least a DO. So go to them and say, hey, listen, this is my goal. My goal is to get my medical back. However, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And I really can't afford a failure on the record because that's going to be a big problem. I'd like to come to you and just do a regular Joe Schmo annual physical. I'll pay you out of pocket, whatever it takes, okay? I just want to do a regular annual physical. Go there. I want you to treat it, do exactly what you're going to do to me for my aviation physical, but it's an annual physical, right? It doesn't count. It's like a mock check ride. This is a mock medical. Then at the end of it, I want you to tell me, would you have, if today was the real deal, if today was my real medical exam, would you have passed me, sir or ma'am? And if the answer is yes, you tell them, can I make an appointment tomorrow? And you do MedExpress and everything else. If the answer is no, ask them why. Well, I need to see you off this medication for at least 6 months, or this medication is on the no-fly list, so you need to work with your doctor who prescribed that to get you on this perhaps instead. Or no, we're going to need a sleep study. Or no, your high blood pressure is too high, but it's just 10 points too high. Get it down here and we'll be good. Maybe come in the morning with less stress. Like, these are the things you will learn by doing what I call a mock medical. Telvin, good to see you, man. Good to see you. You updated your name on Facebook. I still knew it. All right. Let's go talk to Adam. After 500 hours in 172s, I now have access to a Dakota. That is the SUV of the skies, and love it. Any advice on landings? I'm tending to, quote, he used the word. He used the word, but Adam, I love you like a brother. Flare, too much. It's a hard habit to break. It is a hard habit to break, my friend. A Dakota is a heavy airplane. I just called it, the Chevy Suburban of the skies, or if you're a Ford person, the excursion of the Cherokee 6 is the excursion. That's the expedition of the skies. It's a heavy airplane. I had the privilege of flying Chris Stater's Dakota. You saw that. It lands a little flatter than your 172. Don't you dare 3-point it. It lands a little flatter. If you try to land a Dakota like you land a 172, you will be going to the chiropractor a lot, and that will get expensive. Try to land it a little bit flatter. Try to keep it in ground effect as long as you can, right? Which means come in flat, ground effect. Ooh, I'm starting to sink. Give it some pitch, and it'll come down. You won't 3-point it. The mains will touch, followed by the nose. The Dakota is a heavy airplane. And use the word transition. Transition to slow flight down the runway. Transition to slow flight down the runway. All right. Hey, Anna Claypool, good to see you. Let me go show your comment here. Yeah, I don't know why Summit says Facebook user. Maybe it's like a privacy setting or something. But then you're always on in-flight coffee, so I don't know why I did that. But anyways, you're doing Repot 101 soon. Awesome. Yes, she said, I heard once I get certified that I will need... Yes. Jason says yes. You'll need a logbook for the drone. I do it 2 ways, Anna. I do a logbook for me as a drone pilot. DJI does a good job of logging it as well. And then I log the maintenance as well. Think of it just like an airplane. If I change the prop, and listen, don't overcomplicate it. I've got a spreadsheet. It's just that simple. Like, don't get fancy with it. Okay. That'll help. Wow. Hold on, this is too good. Jason Oswald said, this is the emoji for flare. Enough said. That was good. We transition. Hey, George, good to see you. Kathy, my good friend, Kathy, how'd you do with the storm? You guys got whacked on the other coast by the storm too. What happened with that? How can I do an approach with only nav2 working, with only a VOR that is not at the airport I'm landing at, and it needs to be a DM? Hold on. I got to think about this one. First off, is your aircraft even legal with only nav2 working, Kathy? That's the first question. How can I do an approach with only nav2 working? So I'm gonna assume that's probably a no. If it's localizer only, you're not legal. You also need a glide slope there. But so let's just say, let's use this as a hypothetical for an emergency situation, Kathy. Only a VOR. That VOR is not at the airport you're landing at, and it needs to be, so it's a DME ARC VOR Alpha. You just go VFR. That's the answer. No, I'm teasing. Wow, a VOR Alpha approach with a DME arc. That'll be the most unprecise approach you've ever shot in your life, Kathy MacArthur. Just tell, if that comes up on a check, I just say, sir, ma'am, I'd go VFR at Squawk 1200. Because that approach, what would the minimums be on that approach, Kathy? They'd probably be like 1,800 feet. No, seriously, send me that as an example. Like if the VOR Alpha approach, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, could it be done? Probably. But the minimums would be so high that I'd say that's an emergency situation only. That's almost as worth saying like, hey, I would use ForeFlight to shoot the approach down because it's technically an emergency. It's that much. Dustin Berry, can non-IFR certified pilots shoot approaches? Non-IFR certified pilots cannot be on an IFR flight plan. Cannot be on an IFR flight plan, but you can go up with an instrument pilot and go shoot some if you'd like to practice. Most definitely. So Kathy said she's in like the Daytona area. Not too bad. Trees down, lost lots of beach. It's funny, we gained. I've never seen so much beach down here. It's because it wiped out houses on the beach, but it was a little crazy. So Magda, thank you for the kind comment. I think you're amazing too. All right. Let's see. Other questions, other comments. Again, I am here to serve you. Same D Lund Niner 87 Tree 4, just to get it right. Niner, Tree, and 5. Did anybody respond? Does anybody say, who says Niner? Put in the chat what numbers you say. I at least say Niner. I don't do like Tree and Fife, and I don't do Quebec either. That's like some serious stuff. I just say 3 and 5. But if you're a real pilot, you say Tree and Fife. I'm just telling you. Do I need to have a medical certificate for experimental aircraft? You're going to need a medical certificate for an experimental aircraft, with the exception of the ultralight category. George, how do I take some time off of flight school? Would you know the maximum length I go before my hours? Am I too old to get? Okay, let's talk. I love this one. First and foremost, I rebuke the statement that anybody ever confesses that they're too old to learn to fly, because let me tell you something. I've taught 15-year-old kids and I've taught 75-year-old ladies and gentlemen, and both have their very unique challenges to them. Yes, it's going to take more time, usually for both, honestly. You are not too old to fly. If you can pass a medical certificate, you're getting in an airplane with me and we're going to make it happen. If you are just getting started with this, George, I need you to, and again, I'm never here to sell you. I'm here to love on you. So don't take this as a sales pitch, but this will save you time and money. Go to privatepilotblueprint.com and buy the book. It's like 130 pages. You've got a 3-day weekend ahead of you. You can read it on up. I'm telling you, put it in the chat, type in me if you own a private pilot blueprint and it helped just 1% even saving time and money in your flight training. Privatepilotblueprint.com. So start there, my friend. How do you find a good instructor? How do you know you're not getting your taken for on your money? Did you know whether you fly a Cessna 150 or an SR-22, you still get the same certificate, airplane single engine land? And I love both airplanes very much. There's ways to save time and money. Did you know you should be interviewing your CFI? At the end of the day, you are the employer and they're basically your employee and you vote with your dollars, my friend. So keep that in mind as well. Look at all those memes. Hey, Pete, good to see you, man. I'm telling you. And we just rewrote it as well. So Private Pilot Blueprint. I'll leave it on the screen another second. Privatepilotblueprint.com. grab those. And George, you've been watching us for a while. You know I'm never salesy in anything. I'm truly here to help and serve. So that's that. Pete, In-Flight Coffee is coming back soon, by the way. We might do some strawberry jelly on there, thanks to you. Pete at Oshkosh, Pete and his lovely wife brought me, I don't know, gallons of strawberry jelly because they know I love strawberry jelly. So I hope that helps you, George, as well. Let's talk to Austin. This is a good topic. Let me go find Austin's comment. Stand by. Eric Deagle put the link in the chat, by the way, on Facebook, by the way, it looks like. Thank you for that. Okay, hold on. Who did I lose? Austin. That's where I wanted to go. Austin Timmerman. See, that's a good, easy let. Look at Austin's beard, everybody. That is a real pilot, right? You're going to pass your check ride just because your beard is amazing, Austin. Look at that guy. I've been on this earth. How old am I? I've been on this earth a long time, and I can't grow a beard like that if I started when I was young. Should be ready for my check ride soon. How do I find motivation to study for my written? Okay. He says, I know I should have done this a long time ago. Okay, Austin, I'm going to pick on you because I love you like a brother, and you and Timothy both have awesome beards. Austin, great beards, okay? So let me pick on you for just a second. I'm going to leave Austin's comment up here for a second. Austin, I'm picking on you because I love you. The written test is the monkey on your back. If you know my story, Austin, my story was Austin's story. I was a young kid. I was flying all I want to do is fly. I remember I met all my check ride requirements. I told my instructor, when am I taking my check ride? She goes, you're not ready for a check ride. You haven't even taken your written test yet. And I said, what's a written test? And other people will tell you, are there any procrastinators out there? I'm one of them. 2 hands up here, Austin, I'm with you. The written test will be your monkey on your back, because how you prep for the written test and how you prep for the check ride are 2 very different things. So here's what I want you to do, Austin. All right. If you're not already in the ground school, and again, I'm not trying to sell anything, m0atrial.com. Austin, we have a product that you can buy called the Private Pilot Written Test Prep Bootcamp. In fact, if you become a gold member, you get it included. Go do the trial. Go become a gold member for a month, for all it matters to me, okay? Go become a gold member just for a month. And make sure you have the check ride book. Austin, do you have the check ride book, by the way? I don't have all my stuff to show all that, but the pass your private pilot check ride book, do you have that, Austin? Dive in there, look at your weak areas, and do what's called the Private Pilot Bootcamp. It is 12 videos and 12 quizzes geared towards one thing, written test prep. And you don't have where are my audiobook listeners? I've just got to show this real quick. You can get it on Amazon. I recommend it as an audiobook. Let me show you. Go on there and just search Jason Schappert. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Search Jason Schappert. Who listened to this audiobook? Come on, focus. Pass. Well, it's there, Austin, and it's amazing. If it would, there you go. Pass your private pilot check ride. It's on Audible. What was that? 1,500 5-star reviews. All right. I'm telling you, you can get the paperback if you want, or you can listen to me for 3 hours and have me stuck in your head. Who listened to the audiobook and had Jason Schappert stuck in your head for days? I apologize, but I hope it worked. I know it worked. Anyways, by the way, does anybody want to compete? Who has Audible? Who wants to compete on who listens more? I'm very competitive. Go to Audible, go to your listening time, go to total. Look at that. 1 month, 2 days, 19 hours and 50 minutes. All right. Who can beat that? One month of listening to audiobooks cumulatively. Like I spent a month of my life listening to an audiobook. Eric Deagle, you want to take on the challenge? Who can do more? Anyways, Brad says unable. Dan's listening to commercial now. I love it. Eric Deagle book. Eric Deagle, we've been talking about this book club. Let's just do it. Stop it. Corey's 4 months. I'm embarrassed. 4 months, Corey. You and I'd be really good friends. I'm a nonfiction though. I'm such a book nerd. In fact, in the flood, all my books were downstairs, and the first thing I told Magda was, "Get the books." Like I had drones laying around and everything else, and she said, "Get the books." I saved the books. We saved the drones too. We just got the books first. So, wow, Corey, every drive, Corey. Well, send me some recommendations then, man. I mean, geez, that's good. Anyways, back to my good buddy, my bearded amigo. You got to get the written test done. Check out the boot camp, my friend. The boot camp, it will help you immensely. Just get a gold membership, even for just a month. I'm telling you, it'll be game changing for you. You can listen. You can fly all you want, but if you don't have the knowledge, you're not going to get through your check ride, my friend. All right. So I hope that helps you with that. So, all right. Flyers District said, I feel at home here. I'm almost 28 days. Oh, you're going to hit that 1 month. It's going to be good. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, my friend. Everything is better. We got drywall up, man. So it's good. It's good. Austin, I hope that helps. Austin, I want you to report back. I know you're in the Missouri Nation group. I've seen your posts in there and stuff. I want you to report back on getting the written test done and getting that check ride scheduled. If you need help, reach out to the support team. Here, let me make one real quick here. support@m0a.com. Boom. Where'd that go? Oh, it didn't pop up, but it's okay. There we go. Support@m0a.com. If you need anything, can I add it live? Oh, I can't make it live. There you go. That's where I want you to go. Support@m0a.com. Shoot them an email, my friend. On YouTube, do planes have AC? Go watch a YouTube video of me flying 23 Mike Zulu. My AC is the door open. That is my AC. I do not have AC. The Cirrus has AC. That's fancy. That's fancy stuff. Danny Carson said, "What are we learning?" Whatever you want, Danny Carson. We just gave away a drone. You missed it, Danny Carson. Jesse Davis was our winner, but we're just hanging out, my friend. We're just hanging out. Coral Head's 1 month. I love it on Audible. That's good. That's good. All right, I'm telling you, get in there though, Austin. All right, what else? What else? Other questions, other comments. Again, here to serve you all. Dustin Berry wants an Missouri book club coming soon. We could talk about that. We could talk about that. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on. I'm doing different software tonight, so I don't know. Let me show something real quick. I'll show a few things actually. Now y'all got me geeking out on stuff. I can be a nerd sometimes. So let me get logged in here, see how well I can share all this stuff. I can. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Let's go share screen. Start sharing screen. I want to share a window. All right. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Y'all can see my screen. Now, how do I make that bigger? I want that to be bigger. Whoops, that didn't do it. Hold on, let me take the chat down real quick. This is new software to me, so I'm just messing around with it. Okay, I don't want to do, boom. But look at that, this thing. I feel cool. All right, stand by. All right, once you're in Austin, all right, so you see you have all your courses, and some of you don't know this, if you're a gold member, you get access. So this is your regular private pilot course with all your lessons in here, Austin, and everybody. Underneath the courses tab, you're going to come under and you'll see private pilot written test prep boot camp. All right. So you can pop in here. You got 12 videos. There is a bonus E6B video because who doesn't want bonus E6B knowledge? I told you I can be a nerd sometimes. Everything, systems and instruments. You come in here, and these are long videos, Austin. You got to be ready for it. Okay. This is a 43-minute video. You're going to get sick of seeing me after a while. Okay. You're going to watch this, but as you can see, it is, let me mute myself because I'm loud sometimes. But it is literally teaching through the questions. Okay, it's literally teaching through the questions, so you can get into that, dive into that, but teaching the why as well, and then you take a practice 60 question quiz at the end of that. Is that cool with you? Or one more thing. You ready to see something really cool? I'm proud of this. Underneath the resources section as well, Austin, we have the free study. You can choose your database, private pilot. You can study using the aviation mastery method, which is where we take all the questions in the database from unfamiliar. You get them right once, they become current. You get them right, they become proficient. You get them right again, they become mastered. If you get it wrong at any one point, they go back to unfamiliar. You could say, hey, only quiz me on my current flashcards, right? And you know we're pursuing mastery, right? Currency, proficiency. Do you see what we're doing there? Those buckets. Another thing you can do, this is just nerdy, geeky stuff, something called perceptual learning modules, adding some gamification to your instrument scan. Have you guys seen this yet? This is new inside the online ground school. Real quick, what do you see? I see a level right-hand turn. You ever see that? It's going to flash for 6 seconds. Right hand, level turn. All right, next one. You ready? What do you see now? I see again a level right hand turn. It'll bounce between six pack and it'll bounce between G1000 for you as well. All right, I see a level left hand turn. Level left hand turn. Left level. These are called perceptual learning modules. There's a lot of science behind this as well. As to improving your instrument scan. That was a right descending turn, by the way. This is a straight ahead climb. And we will flash these in front of you, straight ahead climb. Again, these are called perceptual learning modules. You can do these for days. What do you see here? A descending right hand turn. Descent to the right. Boom. Anyway, so that's that. I don't need to keep I could do that for days. Anyways, I'm back. Let me show the chat again so I can see you guys what you're saying. That's included in the online ground school as well under the resources tab. If you're not using that, you're missing out. The perceptual learning modules, these are ways to go above and beyond. And Austin, again, thank you for signing up, my friend. That was not a sales pitch, Austin. That was just, I just want to love on you and show you what is available to you, because you can knock this checker out of the park. I have no doubt you're an amazing pilot, but we need to get the knowledge in there, right? That's the next step. That's the next step. Thanks to everybody for the kind words and everything else. All beards are welcome, by the way. Jermaine, get that boot camp. I'm telling you, the value is get the gold membership. Get the gold membership, boot camps included. You get access to everything. And the biggest thing with the gold membership is you and I chat every single week. Tuesdays from 2 to 4 Eastern time. If you're not available, it's recorded. But just like we're chatting now, I do a little presentation for about an hour and we just talk. And Austin says, Jason, I keep struggling on, like what we go over earlier, weight in relation to maneuvering speed. And we'll break it down in plain English for you. Or Jason, my instructor said this. What do you think he or she meant by that? And we can talk about those sort of things. So Samuel asked, do the FAA rules apply to Ghana? I don't know what Ghana would operate under. The answer is no, but an FAA certificate will take you anywhere, my friend. So be mindful of that. Hey, few more questions, and then we're going to, I gotta get out of here because it's 9 o'clock and everything else. Username Electric Glide. I said, I'm asking for 107 for Christmas for your wife. Oh, from your wife? I love that. Tell her to email us and we'll make sure it happens. Okay, give her the email. support@msray.com. Say Jason said to email, and we'll make it happen. So good seeing you too, Bradley, as well. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Wow, Chris Ritchie, good question. Says, I haven't taken a written commercial test in over 10 years thanks to an injury. What would be different? Chris, everything has changed. There's ADS-B questions. There's GPS questions. They got rid of microwave landing systems, thank God. They've updated so much. It is constantly changing, my friend, constantly changing. Danny Carson, miss seeing you as well. Dan Kastner, we don't have our swag shop up to snuff where I want it just yet. When we do, though, Mr. Kastner will be alerted. I promise you. I promise you. Let's see what Gary's up to. Gary said, thanks, Jason, for watching, learning more and more about aviation. I just want to say thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for watching and sharing, Gary. It really means the world to us. Kathy made a great point too. Back to Sam's comment earlier. Get the FAA cert. It's hard to convert from other countries, like from, I don't know what authority Ghana would operate under. But even if you're like CAA, flying under the Canadian Aviation Authority, to convert back to an FAA, it's just a lot of work, unfortunately. Wow, JR, good to see you, man. JR said, late to the party tonight, no issues. We just gave away a drone, JR. I use your ground school for commercial written. Any changes I should look for as I get ready for my CFI journey? Well, JR, you know, we have a full FOI, Fundamentals of Instructing course in there. You can use your same log and everything else. Just reactivate that, hop in there, dive into the FOI course. while I don't have a full-blown CFI course just yet, what I'm recommending people to do is hop in there and look through the private pilot and commercial videos again to use those to build your lesson plans off of. That will help you a ton with that. Electric Glide, yes, hit that like button for us. If you're not subscribing already on YouTube, like it on Facebook means the world to myself, my wife, this whole M0A team with that. Speaking of that, we've been going over an hour. You know, it's a little crazy with all that. Listen, we're gonna get back to our house, which is 80% functional. We're getting there. We're ahead of schedule. And so thanks for all the prayers and everything else there. All the kind words that have been sent. It just means the world to us. We are conquerors, as you all know. And in every adversity, there's a seed of a greater advantage. I'm waking up every day asking myself, where is that opportunity, and continuing to seek out that opportunity. I am so thankful to call each and every one of you family. I truly mean that. And I hope nothing tonight came across as a sales pitch. I hope it just came out as just, loving on you all, because that was really the goal of everything. And I just, it is my prayer before every live stream, every video, every podcast, every book, audio book, whatever it is, to save just one life. And I hope we did that tonight. We may have just been giving away a drone, but I hope just a little bit of wisdom maybe came out from anywhere, really, just to save one life. Thank you so much for all that you do. Go out there and be a light, because we live in a dark, strange world right now. Go out there and be a light and just live more abundantly. Have that blessed, abundant rest of your day. And most importantly, remember that a good pilot is always learning. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you.